guys, it's time. Time to finally teach you guys one of my favorite tricks. A trick that has a very low barrier to entry and one that you can learn without even being able to ollie. That's right. We're talking about the no comply.
You do an ollie here.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you did a bunch of no comply tricks. Are you going to teach us how? No. Just kidding, I will. Okay. Step one for no complies. You want to set up like you're going to do an ollie. Ouch. Set up like you're going to do an ollie and get this foot onto the ground without touching your tail to the ground. It's like a little hop. So you want to be able to jump be able to step off. That's the start. A little bit closer for you guys to see. So you're going to set up like you're in an ollie, step off, and then put your weight on that foot. The way I'm accomplishing that is I'm jumping. It looks like I have a lot of weight on my back foot, but I don't. Most of my weight is on this foot. I'm basically just hopping. One foot. So I'm here, then I'm down. Next step is to learn to pop your board like that. Not just a straight no comply, because that trick is way harder and honestly hurts your thigh. The gist of that one is popping it up and letting it contact your inner thigh, which is as bad as it sounds. Horribly, horribly uncomfortable. Even when you land it, it feels bad. The trick we want to learn is one that's much less painful. No comply, 180. And this trick, all you're going to be doing is doing a frontside shove it with your foot, your back foot. Get that motion nice and easy. But the thing to know is that this foot's not going to end up on the tail. This foot's going to end up on these front trucks. You can practice it by standing right there with your foot next to it. You're gonna pop it and kind of leave your foot down, hovering over the tail to control it, because when you don't, it'll flip. It tends to go off axis if you don't keep your foot on there. Once again, we're gonna set up, let the board turn. It may look like the board's going to rotate and hit you right in the shin, but it won't if you can guide the back of the board with your back foot. You're going to set up like that. You're going to want to turn your shoulders slightly so you land in switch stance and can roll away. Like that. Now we don't want to leave our foot on the ground. We want to kind of meet the board in the air, or at least close, and fall. Let's review the steps one more time. So our first step for this trick is being able to step off with our foot on the tail. Our foot's in a position where if we wanted to, we could ollie. So, we're able to step off like that. After that point, we want to be able to spin the board around with one foot. It's a good habit to kind of push the board in front of you when you do that, to simulate as if you were moving. And if you don't keep your back foot glued to the board, it might flip over or go primo. Drill that a couple times. Now that we're there, the only thing left is to put both feet on. I don't recommend doing this stationary. You should have at least a half push. And you can delay stepping on as much as you need to until you're comfortable. But ideally, you want it to be one fluid motion. Very fluid indeed. Once that trick's comfortable, if you are able to do switch ollies, you can 100% try to do a switch no comply 180. It's gonna be the same exact thing. It's gonna feel a little awkward, but honestly, it's no more difficult. No more difficult, I say. This trick will get to a point that no matter how you land on it, you're gonna roll away. The board can do all sorts of things, and there's a pretty high likelihood that I'm gonna land back on it because I drilled all the pieces until this trick made sense. I hope that some of what I've shown today can be of benefit to you guys. Hope that it can help you go out and get no complies, figure this trick out. It is so fun. I honestly adore this trick. It's normally my warm-up. My warm-up some days is literally just doing as many no comply tricks as I can, especially no comply 180s. I rarely do straight no complies, and you can tell why based on some of the falls that I had, because it hurts. Even when you do it right, it hurts. Skateboarding should not hurt. Either way, thank you guys for watching. God bless. Here's your verse for the day.
Matthew 6:19. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. For any of you still watching, I want you to know if you or someone you know needs prayed for, please reach out and let's make that happen.
Much love. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.